Welcome, my dear students. In today's video, we will study about sexual reproduction and sexual reproduction in plants. As from our earlier knowledge, we know that a reproduction in which two parents are involved, or we can say a reproduction in which two gametes are involved, are known as sexual reproduction. The main emphasis in which you have to give here is the involvement of gametes. In next slide, I will clear you about that what are gametes. Whenever there is a requirement of reproduction, the cell multiplies all its components. But first of all, it multiplies the number of DNA which is present inside the nucleus. After that, it multiplies all other cell organelles and then it divides into two daughter cells. While doing the multiplication of DNAs, or you can say copy of DNA, it does some mistakes in which some mistakes are positive while some mistakes are negative. Let it be negative or positive, the main aim is that it brings difference in mother and father's DNA which will be coming in the daughter. This difference causes variation. This variation, or you can say this occurring error, is one of the inbuilt tendency of the doubling of the chromosomes. Due to this difference only, the brother and sister of taking birth from the same mother has difference between them, but still we can claim that the body design are similar in both. Why? Because there is no change in the blueprint of the DNA, but there are minute changes in the DNA which brings very less changes in other phenotypic characters. Variation is a very useful thing because variation gives survival advantage to the organisms. As you are able to see here that there is an animal which is having short neck, but due to sexual reproduction which resulted in the variation, the neck of the organism went long. Due to this variation only, it was able to feed itself and thus it survived. So this survival is due to variation. These variations are accumulated inside the gene of the parents, which are passed on to the mother, by the mother to the daughter. Now there is one more example which you can go through, is by variation for the survival, for the continuation of species. See, the mother and the father both are having different types of shades on their back. It is distributed in both the types of organism. See, you can see from the diagram that all the four types of beetles have the parental character. Two are having fraternal character and two are having maternal character. But don't get confused that the beetle which is having parental character will not have maternal character. No, the baby is having the character of both, है ना? The baby is having the character of both, but the character which was dominant is shown on the beetle's back, while the character which is recessive is inside its gene. It is hidden, it is suppressed, but it is not lost. Whenever there is a transfer of chromosome from parents to the offspring, at that time chromosomes open, and now DNA represents itself, they express themselves, and when the DNA comes in the daughter cell nucleus, or you can say daughter animal's nucleus, it again regain its shape of chromosomes. So chromosome is the vehicle on which the gene sits and travels from parents to offspring. Now we will go with the gametes. In sexual reproduction, there are two types of gametes, male gametes and female gametes. Female gamete is basically non-motile in function, that means they don't travel, spherical, and they contain half number of chromosomes from the mother body. Same is the case with the male gamete. Male gamete here is represented by sperm, which is a motile, that means they travel, and they also contain half number of chromosomes from the father somatic cells. Now we will start with the reproduction in flower. Flower has following parts. The first part which I would like to show you is petals, and the second part will be sepal, third part will be the male part stamen, and the fourth part will be female part pistil. So first of all I will start with the sepal. Sepal is the green color covering at the bottom side of the flower. When the flower was in bud shape, it used to cover the flower, so it functions as protective covering over flower. And as it is green in color, so it also does photosynthesis. The second part is petal. Petals are colorful and they attract insects for pollination. The third part will be stamen. Stamen consists of two parts, filament and anther. Anther consists of male gamete and they are known as pollen grains. The fourth part in the flower is pistil. It consists of three parts, stigma, style and ovary. Stigma receives the pollen grains, pass it to the ovary, and the passage of passing is known as style. In this diagram, you are able to see the stigma, which is feathery and sticky, style, which in many cases is of tubular shape, but here it is spherical shape. And next is ovary. Ovary consists of female gamete, that is ova, which is fertilized by pollen grains which are received at stigma. There are two kinds of flower, unisexual flower and bisexual flower. If the flower is having either male part, then it is male flower, or female part, then it is female flower. These types of flowers are known as unisexual flower. But if the flower has got both the sexes on the same flower, that is male and female, then that type of flower is known as bisexual flower. Okay, so in next class we will go with the fertilization, pollination, double fertilization. Till then, take care. Thank you.